welcome channel. I'm Weston.
What are you doing today, Weston?
You're garden.
Plant a garden. What all do you have there? Tomatoes?
Yeah.
And beans?
And beans.
And corn?
And corn.
What's in the bag?
And
Onions?
I got onions.
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 All right. Are you going to plant those in the garden today?
What's more beans? Let's go plant the garden.
Let's go plant the garden. All right.
Let's go.
Hey guys, Dustin with Hale Farmstead. Welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful day today. A little bit windy, but spring is here, and that means it's time to plant the garden. We had it plowed up a week or so ago, and just haven't had a chance to get anything in it. But today we've got a few things we're going to go ahead and plant and get it over with. I'll show you here what we got. All right, here's what we got. I've got some tomatoes here. Y'all can see it or not, they're going to be Ruckers. They're a good canning tomato and a juicing tomato. It says plant in full sun 24 to 36 inches apart. In rows they're 36 to 48 inches apart. I don't know if that's zooming in or not. But these are a good canning tomato. My dad used to plant them a whole lot when I was growing up, and he always had good luck out of them. I've also got some corn here. Probably not going to plant all that. I don't know, we might, we'll see. Peaches and cream be the kind of corn it is. Look at the price on that, man. Corn has just went sky high for some reason. $16.49 for a pound of it. I believe you could about buy it from the store cheaper than that. But we're going to plant them anyways. Also got some beans here. State half runner beans. I don't know if that's like a white half runner or not, but we're going to try those. I've also got some leftover beans from last year. I believe these half runners are going to be a vining bean, so we're probably going to put some kind of fence or a cattle panel or something up to let them vine up. These here that was left over from last year, tenderettes, they're more of a bush bean. I'll probably go ahead and plant them too just to get rid of them. Like I said, they're last year's. And then we got some onions, yellow onions. Got a couple pounds of those we're going to try to plant. So that's probably all we're going to plant for right now. We got some other stuff that we're going to try to plant later, some potatoes and stuff. And I also think she's wanting to plant some squash and zucchini and stuff like that, but we'll do that later. I think she also wants to do a lot of peppers, but couldn't find any pepper plants that's already up, and I don't want to fool with planting the seeds and stuff. Have to keep them in the house in trays and stuff, so we'll probably do that a little bit later when the greenhouse and stuff get some plants up. So, pour a little water in there on them. Pour you plenty of soil up over it, dirt up over it. Like I said, all the way up to the bottom of those leaves, or those stems where they start coming out. Just kind of mash the dirt around so it'll stand up a little bit, just like that. It won't take long with the sunshine and rain to start. They'll start getting tall quick. Do another one. Take you a step about 3 foot apart. It don't have to be exact. Just as long as both plants have enough room to grow and they're not getting all tangled up into each other. Now these here we'll probably end up putting stakes or something next to these when they start getting so tall, to kind of help hold them up, tie them to them stakes. The ones over on the buckets that I was talking about earlier, they've got that cattle panel on them, so we'll just use that growth to keep these stems in and out of them squares on that fence, and it'll help hold them up. You won't have to use no string. You might occasionally have to use some, but for the most part you won't. spread all the way up there to the garden. All the way to the end of the garden, really. Like I said, these here are Ruckers, but the ones we're going to stick in the bucket, I think, are Better Boys, I believe is what we got, was Better Boys. I could be wrong, but I think Better Boys are bigger tomato than these Ruckers, so I wanted to plant them in the buckets because them cattle panels are a lot sturdier than a stake, and I think with the heavy tomatoes it'll hold them up off the ground a lot better. I think these Ruckers will be all right on a stake. So. And that one's dry, it don't want to come out. I'm about to tear my roots up there. Be careful. The roots about coming apart on that, and I'm going to put quite a bit of dirt up around that one. Maybe the roots will start back up that stem a little higher. Once it's leaning over a little bit, it's probably where I put water on them. They'll stand back up with the sun shining like this. Alright guys, there's our tomato plants up there, 2 rows of them. That got that took care of. We're going to see if we can't plant some corn and beans here real quick. Alright guys, on this, we're going to plant the beans here. I've already laid my rows out. It's not hard to plant these. All you got to do is just get you a handful of them. And just go down through here real slow. And just put so many in each little spot. Just kind of get you some all the way up through there, just like that. You go all the way up your row like that. You know, 2 or 3 to a little spot. You don't have to do it real thick or anything. But once you get them all laid out, all you gotta do is just throw you a little dirt over top of them beans. It don't have to be a lot, just enough to cover them. It keeps the birds and stuff from finding them. I'll show you here. It ain't gonna take much. Just knock a little bit over them. Just like that. You don't want a whole lot on them because you want them to be able to sprout up. But yeah, just cover them up just like that. All the way up your row after you lay them all down. I'll put y'all on time lapse and let y'all see this. You don't need to put them real thick. I'm just kind of going out there and putting 2 or 3 little seeds in, 2 or 3 inches apart. It's always worked pretty good for me, so don't put them real thick, don't cover them real deep. I'll put y'all on time lapse and finish this. Alright guys, we're going to do the corn the exact same way as we did the beans. You don't have to plant it real thick, and it don't have to be real deep. So we'll scatter some up these rows and just slightly cover them up with some dirt. I'll turn y'all around here and let y'all see that. I don't think I'm going to plant very much of this peaches and cream. I think 2 rows is probably going to be enough for us. I don't think she's going to try to can any or anything, just some to eat on. I'll probably share with the neighbors on the rest of it. Alright guys, I went ahead and planted the onions also right up the edge of the garden there. They won't need much space. Won't really need to be healed up or anything like that. So I just spread some all the way up the edge of the garden and we'll cover them up. Alright guys, I got all that garden planted there. Tomatoes, beans, corn, and some onions. Like I said, those tomatoes that we put in the garden there, those 2 rows there, are actually Rutgers. Really good canning tomato. We do have another tray of tomatoes. I think they're Better Boys, I believe is what we got. And I want to try to plant in these buckets again, 5-gallon buckets. I tried it last year. The weather was real hot. I don't know if that was part of why they didn't grow real good. So they got a really late start growing in those buckets. They did start growing pretty good there at the end, but I'm gonna try it one more time this year and see how it works. Let them grow up these cattle panels. Be good and sturdy for the tomatoes to grow up and hang off of. Before I plant those though, I'm going to have to do some more YouTubing. There's a YouTube channel that I like to watch with gardening. It's called Gardening with Leon. He's big into these wicking tubs, and I want to try to do that with these buckets. I drilled holes in the bottom of them, or on the side of them, about 2 inches from the bottom last year. And I know on Leon's channel, he puts the black pipe and stuff in the bottom of them, or jugs and stuff. I don't know if I can do that with these 5-gallon buckets or not, but I'm gonna have to figure something out on that before I plant these Better Boys in these buckets. So I've got to watch his channel some more and try to figure out if he has any videos as far as the buckets go and what I can do on that. But I think that's going to be it for today's video. We got most of what we wanted to put in the garden in. Like to be able to plant some potatoes and cucumbers and stuff, peppers. And I do still have a roll or two left for that. I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot, but I'll probably do a few plants of each one of those. But I think that's going to be it for today's video. Y'all like and subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment, let me know how y'all do your garden. I know everybody does it different, so let me know how y'all plant your stuff. Just leave a comment, like and subscribe. See you on the next one.